So I'm home, I'm dry, and I've warmed up. Today was, let's say, quite challenging. But the Cornwall 500, for me personally, is a challenge. I never thought for a minute, well, maybe a small second, that it was going to be easy. Some days I thought would be a nice jolly out in the chair, but I knew some days in September it was going to rain. And yeah, today was one of those days. So when I set off this morning, it wasn't too bad, and we were like, yes, it's not too bad. The heavens have not opened up yet, and it should be okay. But then by early afternoon, things were getting a little bit tough. So the first place we visited, I'll share these first. Let's cut to. So Curtil House, that's amazing. We met Sir Richard Edgecombe, I think. Sir Richard Edgecombe. Of course, he wasn't the real one. He looks remarkably good for about 300 years old, I think. But he was a real character. He was great. He had some real banter with me. And Patrick, the manager there, we delivered our first batch there. Curtil House is amazing. Shame we haven't got time to look around these places and all that, but I would definitely be going back there. And I'm going to come back to me because I want to show you a video. After that, it's where it kind of went downhill for us. Gunners Lake and all that area has hills. And some of those hills, it's the first time I've seen signs that are like warning you. Like the hills are like, put my banner up. So the hills are like 21 and 22% hills. That's bad at the best of times. But they were particularly bad when I was going down it with this one. I'll show you the video first and then I'll explain something. You may notice. Very steep. And I've got to go down them slowly, especially when they're wet. Sam and the van's just ahead. Like that. You may notice that bit I went very quiet. Basically, I'd lost control of the chair. So I have two choices at that point. I either keep driving the chair through the sliding and keep it out of the right hedge, or I just try to stop the chair, which it would just slide into the right hedge. So I want to replay it now that you know that contents. And this is basically a wet floor. And I've got to go down them slowly, especially when they're wet. Sam and the van's just ahead. Like that. So basically, this is where I lean the chair back. Yeah. Just lean it back a little bit more over the back wheels. Yeah, this is steep. All the way down there it was slipping. It's not so bad when it's dry, but when it's wet like this is quite dangerous. So this is my limit, otherwise I would get in the van for it. Hopefully Sam stopped any cars coming up, because I would not be able to turn around on this hill. She did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And at this point, we've seen Sam's seen the hill around the corner. Around that corner, it just went like I want to say vertical, but of course it's not vertical. But yeah, I would never have got up there if the batteries had got up there. There's no way I would have. It would have been safe. So, not quite sure what happened there. They come out and come and tell us, but just moving out of the way so she can. Right, so I'm gonna stop the video there. But yeah, that was a bit frightening for a minute, because at that point I'm like, right, I can't breathe, can't do anything, I am slipping, and it's like having a crash in slow motion, because the minute that front wheel goes over the edge, you're then toppling and you start to go. And I've come out of the chair enough times to know when you're close to it happening. So is it wheelchair accessible? Absolutely not. No. Could you make that wheelchair? No. It's not the point of what I'm doing. There's many places we can make more accessible in places I'm going. Like getting stuck in a path yesterday. That path should be accessible. You know, there's no reason why people cannot go down through there. But I want to get back to... So, a bit later in the day, this is how the heavens opened. And it was wet, and from then I just got wetter and wetter. And you know, it's on days like that, days like this, that you kind of earn your keep, so to speak. And then we got into eventually Launceston Castle, and it was so nice by this time. I was freezing cold. I think I'd been live quite a bit by that time. It was up quite a dangerous road, and I was freezing. I was shivering at this point. But when I pulled up into there, it was really raining still, and I just felt better. You just suddenly feel a bit better, don't you? I wasn't thinking about the cold and all so much. I felt for them because they were getting drenched, just like waiting for me. They all wanted photos and all that. I was like, go home, people, you're freezing. I can see you're cold. So Julie there from the Air Ambulance and Lisa from Codes, it's so nice for them to come out. And yeah, the family, Julie's family and Julie's son and all that. So yeah, what other photographs did I put in here? You can see there the rain. It was literally lashing it down. And I want to say a shout out to these guys. They didn't know I was taking a picture here. So this is right. Sammy and Andrew, they were legends today. They were great. They got drenched themselves several times and all of that. But yeah, they kept everything safe today. So Julie, thank you. She was in Tesco's and she got a phone call. Steven's just down the road. Go and meet him. And so she did. So thank you. That was really nice. But I want to say one thing, that I feel really guilty getting in the van. I feel like as if I'm cheating. But the Cornwall 500, we set out with some core principles. Safety first. And we've done quite a few changes since the first few days to now. High-vis jackets, a big flashing light on the back of me now. So we've upped the light bigger and bigger each time. The van's got the magnets. The van's got a light on the top of it now. And it's what we do with the team and everything like that, and how we roll on the road and all that. It's several people say, well, why don't the van just follow you? There's a simple reason for that. The van simply won't follow me because what happens is, because of the speed I go, trying to follow me at that 8-9 miles an hour, and sometimes slower up a hill, you end up with a tail of traffic that aren't very happy. So they try to go around the van really quickly. And by trying to go around the van, they then cut in front of cars and they cut into me. So it's not safe and it's not... So we do that sparingly. We did it on the way up a hill today. The cars couldn't overtake anyway, just to protect me. So we judge the road ahead. And there's several things like that we do. And you live and learn. But safety first. When we revisited the main principles, one of the things, safety first. So I get in the van, and this is, I know none of you are going to be bothered, but I get in the van for my safety, the crew safety and things like that. Because it's not a matter of how many hills can I climb, how many miles can I do in a day and all that. That's not what this challenge is about. This challenge is about seeing Cornwall, touring Cornwall, enjoying the ride, delivering the first 50 plaques that's going to tell the story of Cornwall, tell the story of the Air Ambulance, build a legacy that will bring visitors and locals together. My brain's a mush. I've explained this so many times. My brain's like, and promote accessibility and all that where applicable and where practical. We want Cornwall to be more open. We want all these things to happen. They're the main principles. So getting in the van is not a matter of, or if there's a bit of the route that I haven't done. The 500 miles is, if you want to do all the plaques in one go driving around, it'll take about 500 miles. But your route will never be the same route as mine. You'll do the plaques in your way. And that's the whole genius behind this and that whole idea. So it's why we didn't release a route, because the Cornwall 500 is not a route. So I think I've explained that long enough now for this news. And it's exciting. There's so much more to come. We're talking to businesses and we're talking to different people. And the ideas that are coming forward are so exciting for the Cornwall 500 and the future of it and the legacy of it. And it will benefit the whole community, because any profits from the Cornwall 500 CIC will go to the Air Ambulance. And you know how instrumental that was in saving my life and saving countless lives all over Cornwall. And they do every single day. You know, I was out doing that today. The Air Ambulance was up in the air, saving lives, giving hope to people in their darkest, frightening hour when they don't know if there's going to be any help. That little red dot in the sky just means so much. But today was tough. But I don't mind tough days. And I'll tell you why. Because I feel more nourished today because it was a tougher day. There's something that is, I don't know, it just gives a deeper, meaningful gift when the gift's slightly harder to find on the toughest of days. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I'm going to bed tonight thinking, good job done. And thank you for your support. Thank you for the beeps. Thank you for the love on the road, the patience. Just thank you for being part of the Cornwall 500. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the Air Ambulance team. It means a lot to Clive and Simon that are helping me behind the scenes. And there's so many people, Karen and Jenny and everybody, and I couldn't name all the people. So many of you are instrumental in making this happen. Over the next few weeks, you'll find out more and more about them. I'm determined to bring them on in my lives and do little chats and all with them. But until tomorrow, where I start at Launceston tomorrow and we head over to Bude, that's going to be more hills. But let's do this. If you see me on the road, beep, just give me a support. And I love you guys. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. Take care.